Thank you for your time this morning. So as you heard, my name is Ian Parkinson, EVP Corp Dev and Capital Markets with Emerita Resources. So quick couple words on Emerita. So Emerita is focused on polymetallic projects in southern Spain. Obviously, we'll be making a few forward-looking statements. All disclosures are on the website as required. So Emerita, what we're doing is we're focused on the Iberian Pyrite Belt, very historically significant mining district. This area was mined by the Romans 2,000 years ago, and there's been multiple campaigns of mining since. We've got exposure to 3 projects in the region. 2 of them are wholly owned by ourselves. A third is a bit of a unique situation that I'll get into in a few minutes. But again, the Iberian Pyrite Belt, for trivia buffs, this is where Rio Tinto was founded 150 years ago. A long history of mining. We're still making discoveries as we speak. The projects we have are all very scalable. We think they will be quite capital efficient. We're maximizing our use of modern and environmentally friendly techniques. This part of southern Spain has lots of renewable power gen. It's a great road network and our access to a deep water port in the city of Huelva. So to orient yourself as to where we're located, so on the far left side of that map, right up against the Spain-Portuguese border is our IBW project, or Iberian Belt West. That's the project we're most focused on as we speak. Currently have 3 drills turning at IBW, and we're moving that into we're at a pre-feasibility study stage now. Pre-feas should be done middle of the year. Moving from west to east, Nuevo Tinteo, in the middle of that map, is an early stage exploration project that we'll be drilling later on this year. And then AZN, which is that purple box, that's the 3rd project within our portfolio. It's currently the focus of an ongoing administrative court process, but we hope to be awarded that asset later this year. So IBW, or Iberian Belt West, again, development stage project. What IBW is, it's a combination of 3 historic resources, La Romanera, El Cura, and La Infanta. We're the first company to have all 3 deposits under the same umbrella. We're planning basically a hub and spoke type of approach where we'll be mining all 3 deposits at the same time, processing the material through a centralized processing facility. What we're permitting right now is basically the schematic you see in front of you. We're going to drive a decline, mine El Cura and La Romanera from that single decline. La Infanta will be mined separately, but again processed through a central processing facility. This region of southern Spain, subsistence agriculture, they raise pigs. It's quite sort of rolling topography, but great access with road and power networks, etc. We're envisioning about a 3,500 ton per day operation, so quite modest in scale, all underground. So from a permitting perspective, underground mining in Spain is obviously a preferred path compared to open pit, but something we're quite excited about. Working through the permitting process as we speak, and hoping by the end of the year we'll have a PFS done and a mining license granted for IBW. All 3 deposits, they daylight. That's how the Romans found them 2,000 years ago. They're all open at depth. We've tested all 3 deposits down to about 750 meters. Again, we believe they're quite wide open for additional resource additions. We're expecting an updated mineral resource estimate probably in late March, early April. That'll encapsulate our most recent drilling. But the dated MRE that we have from about a year ago, almost 19 million tons in the indicated category, almost 7 million tons inferred, average about 8.5% zinc equivalent. It's truly polymetallic. Zinc is the dominant base metal within the complex, but we've got quite decent copper and lead grades. And as we're all aware, the silver and gold byproducts are becoming increasingly important for us. Almost 55 million ounces of silver and almost 1 million ounces of gold in the MRE as of a year ago, and these will be updated in the next few months. Bit of a footnote: the silver and the gold there's no streams or royalties at all within the land package, so those are completely unencumbered. Metallurgy, for anybody who's familiar with the Iberian Pyrite Belt, can be a little challenging, but we're happy to say we've done quite comprehensive work on metallurgy, particularly the back end of the MET process. So we've got quite robust recoveries across the project, particularly the silver and gold recoveries being quite good at La Romanera and Alcura. These figures will be taken through the PFS stage through the first half of the year. So from a timeline perspective, the way to think about Emerita, we have the engineering and the permitting coalescing towards the end of this year. So in early 2025, we got our DSI designation from the Junta de Andalucia. That effectively creates a fast-tracking permitting process for us. You know, we're due an MRE pretty shortly. The environmental impact study has been submitted. We're just about to kick off the public consultation process for our environmental impact study, and all of this should lead to us being granted our mining license in late Q3 into Q4. At the same time, pre-feasibility study is ongoing, updated met work, et cetera. So both those paths coalesce towards the end of this year, where we should have a permitted mine or permitted project at the pre-feasibility study level. Just kind of skip over this. From an investor perspective, I think there's a real re-rating opportunity for Emerita shareholders. If you look at us from a EV to enterprise, EV to in situ value, we're getting less than 2% of the value of the metal in the ground reflected in our share price. Our senior peers are enjoying obviously much better valuations. So we think there's a real re-rating opportunity for Emerita shareholders to participate in this re-rating as we hit the permitting and the engineering milestones over the next 6 to 12 months. Speaking a little bit outside of the immediate area of IBW, we've got a very large land package that we're excited to drill. This property package to the north is called San Antonio. You can see that green box is the IBW project that we're taking through permitting, but just to the north we've got a huge package of ground that we've just flown a large airborne geophysics program over. We're generating targets as we speak. So as IBW is moving through permitting and pre-fees, we're going to be ramping up the regional exploration work around it. Again, looking for satellite deposits that we can process through the centralized processing facility at IBW. Nuevo Tinteo, so this we've moved from the Portuguese border now closer to the city of Seville. Nuevo Tinteo is a really exciting grassroots exploration project that we have within the portfolio. It's conveniently located between Rio Tinto and Cobre Las Cruces. It's a 22-kilometer long land package, about 15,000 hectares. That's seen no real modern day exploration. There's 3 past-producing small-scale mines that last operated in the 1930s. There's been no work done since then. We'll be drilling this later in the year. Again, very excited by the prospectivity of it, and we'll see what the drills return for us. But the work that we've done with early-stage prospecting, we've got a lot of gazans at surface. We found a gazan zone, gazan trend with 2 grams per ton gold and about 3 ounces of silver, 4 ounces of silver. This is quite indicative of these types of deposits where the base metals have been leached, but the precious has been left behind. So we're excited to be drilling this in the coming months. I'll skip over that. So we have a unique situation, and you're going to hear a lot of mining companies obviously present over the last, yesterday and today. Asno Koyar is a unique situation for Emerita. Asno Koyar is a past-producing open-pit mine. It was operated by Boliden until 1999. When there was a tailings dam failure, the mine shut down. There was a grassroots initiative in 2014 to put the mine back into production. They held a public tender process to put the mine back into production. That's when Emerita got involved. Long story short, that public tender process did not go according to plan. We lost the tender. It was awarded to another group, but that awarding has been challenged through a series of court proceedings, et cetera. Where the project stands now, it stands with the Administrative Court of Andalusia. We are hopeful that the asset will be awarded to us in the coming months, and this is potentially a game-changing opportunity for us and our shareholders. Prior to being shut down, 47 million tons at about 8-9% zinc equivalent. Our plan would be, if we're awarded it, would be to mine it underground. This is a schematic from the feasibility study that we used for the application process 10 years ago. We're If awarded it, we'll be mining it underground, potentially using the old open pits for tailings and waste storage. But again, a phenomenal opportunity. Not in our control as of right now, but potentially will be awarded this asset in the coming months when the administrative courts had their chance to rule on it. So that's it. That's Emerita. You've got IBW, Iberian Belt West, which is a project that we control. We're moving that forward rapidly. There's no criminal court systems with that. We've got grassroots exploration with Nuevo Tinteo and San Antonio, and we have this unique situation with Asno Collar where there's an opportunity for asymmetric returns if we get awarded the asset, which we think is rightfully ours, but it's just taken a long time to work its way through the courts. So.